so this is looking at the surround for this telly. Not super important, but sort of want to get it looked at and hide these boxes. Luckily, there's a big open space here behind the telly, so we can hide these two boxes behind here. This one, handily, the MaxView one, comes with mounting holes. The other one doesn't. But where this one is, we need access to these buttons, switch it on and off, and to search. So important that we can see that. So hopefully I can get the cable up through one of these. Well, I've just took that back off because the identification of these two terminals were on the other side. But I want it this way so the writing's the right way as I look at it. So I've just put a marker pen on there that if ever I need to look at this again, at least I'll know, if I disconnect them, I'll know which one's which. Right, so if I can get this cable, right, the idea is, go where that's out far enough.
No.
The idea is I can just slacken this off and I can feed the power cables and the antenna behind into where the V-tongue and groove is. That's got to be close, is it? It is close, but only just. Okay, so that'll come up there, so that the antenna goes into there. I guess these are protected out of the way then as well, aren't they?
Yeah. And it's all tidy and even behind the telly.
Yeah. Well, so the antenna can go up there. The power can come up this centre one away from the antenna. Excuse me. Can go up there as well. Again, that will sit in that groove once I screw that down. Then there's this jobby, which also needs to sit up here. And again, I think. Right, so the bracket's not actually in the centre because I've moved this around a little bit, so I need to find a way. I think what I'll do, see, I need that. So I'll have to fix that there somewhere. And that receiver, I'll just drop that there for now. That receiver can just sit in there. Whoops. Something like that. I'll put a couple of cable ties on that later, I think. The power one. Also can come up this centre. I am going to change that one for 12 volt, but it'll do for now. And then there's the HDMI. I can do something like the same with. You'd think I'd plan those tongue and grooves to be like that. I didn't. So then the HDMI goes again down in that groove. I just got that screwed up a little bit. About to turn the volume down. YouTube don't like that. So that's going to sit behind there, and I've got to figure a way of holding that in there, and then we just tidy these cables up behind when I've made this around. So,
but there'll be a shelf at the bottom, will there?
I think so. Yeah, I think.
Before, did we?
Yeah, I think.
No, there was more leg. Oh yeah, there was.
Yeah, there was a bit. Don't make us around for there.
Yeah.
Just so it looks like it's part of the boat and not just hung on the wall. But yeah, you can see there's the MaxView satellite finder. We can get to it, so I've just got to make sure that I can sort of see that when the surround's on it, so I'll make the surrounds a little bit bigger so I can get my hand in there.
And we've got the other one facing this way.
Yeah, the other one is just there that I've got to fix in. That's about centre there. Okay, and we put it back in the centre of the window as well. We didn't like the look of it when it was over there.
He's
just
like,
didn't look
when
right.
he turns them up, it's going to look a bit odd.
Yeah, but no, good picture from that MaxView. It's beautiful outside. But anyway,
blowing a hoolie.
Right, lots of things to do, so let's go on. You're busy, aren't you?
I am.
What are you doing?
Another coat.
Another coat of oil on the wood, yeah, great. I think that'll change it again, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I hope so.
the lustre again.
It's had a few knocks and stuff, so hopefully
Yeah, that's the beauty of the oil though, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it does get a scratch, you can, if you oil it, the scratch sort of disappears, doesn't it? Right, so what I'm doing is, I'm just, again, mocking up a bit of a surround for the TV. Not super important, we know, but
it's only so we can live in it a little bit though.
it's all getting those, I don't want to leave too many jobs undone, do I? That's the thing. So I'm just mocking that up out of thermo wood, and then I've took the tongue off some of these. Then I'll just plane the face so it's sort of rounded a little bit, I guess. There'll be another bar under the TV, and then another one. Another bar under the TV, and just one shelf above there, ain't enough room for two. Yeah. And then these will get cut off eventually when the skirting goes through. So, yeah, they'll just get cut off and sit on the top of the skirting when not the skirting, but the boxing in for the pipes that we're going to do sort of next. Right, okay, looks something like. I guess I'm just going to mock it up first and then see what it looks like.
I have seen it yet. Let me turn round. Oh yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Just playing all those edges off.
Yeah.
And a couple. Say I just need two cross members there. Then.
Let's see.
Screw all that together, and then it just makes the telly part of the boat rather than just sitting there, doesn't it? Sticking out on the wall. So. And I have got to move that little box for the satellite. I'll hide them behind the telly later, and I'll make a cutout.
So they could be on.
I'll cut out here, so they'll go sort of. You can't help but see wires. You'll never hide them, but they'll just poke through.
A little notch at the back, so they'll feed.
Little notch, so I can poke the cables through.
Yeah.
And again, we've got to put some outlets and that here. So there's quite a few cables about, but you can never hide them completely.
No. I'll oil that before you put it on that.
Oh yeah, I'm a while before I get that ready for that. But yes, once that's all built, you can oil that, and then I've got no brackets to fix it back to the wall, but it can just sit there for now. And we got a very important visitor coming as well tomorrow, haven't we?
We have.
So we've got to get sort of straight, haven't we? Right, press on.
He'll like being called important.
But I'm sure he's been called other things.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right, let's crack on. It's getting there.
You like little tools, don't you?
I'm going to leave that. So I'll just cut the tongue off these and screw together, just as a bit of a surround really. We've got.
We actually paid somebody to make something like this last time on our other boat.
Yeah, but he was a proper joiner, Bob. He was really good.
I know, but you ain't done a bad job. You don't look much different.
Well, it don't look much different, you know. A trained eye would see it, but unfortunately, that very skilled joiner, I don't think he's with us anymore, which is a real shame. Anyway, no, you enough for filming me. Get yourself back out there oiling.
I've run out of oil.
Oh, bloody any excuse? Any excuse?
I think I'm on my last little couple.
I think you haven't run out of oil.
I've nearly.
Ah, it's the same. Not.
I don't know whether I'm going to have to do that.
I'll keep some for this. Just keep some for this, just to get, see if we get a light coat on it. Right, telly's still on. Kerrang's on. Yeah, what we're talking about. I need to move this right over to this edge and just space it out a little bit so I can get my hand in to switch this on and off and do a satellite search. I want to sort of keep it sort of hidden, but I could have put it out. I could put it out here. Don't really want it on show though, so I'm going to space that out a little bit so I can just touch those buttons if need to. As you can see, I can get the telly off if I need to. So, and yeah, I've just got to mount that somewhere so it's a bit more secure. I think I've got a bit of an idea for that. So there's my first fit that you've been seeing. Probably about an hour's work maybe. Fran's got to go get some more wood oil. All I need to think about now is exits for the cables to go through and out through both those shelves and through that side. And I'm getting somewhere, I think. But right, I'm just going to space that out so I can get to that a little bit easier. Okay, I've turned some 41 down. The telly's still on. So that's spaced out there. This one, I'm having to be a little bit ingenious, really. If I make that. So what I'm trying to do is, if I can, is that where it went? Must be close there. So what I'm trying to do is a little strappy thing to hold that thing in. So if I, where's my cutters gone? Ah, I could put my head down and lose it. That's just ridiculous. Found them. So I think if this might be a bit more difficult than I think it's going to be. Would it be better if didn't mean to take that off. Now I think I'm going to risk it and go about there. So I think if I push that under there, and tighten that back up. I think I need some longer screws there though. Aha! 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 I am going to put some longer screws in there because they're only just long enough. Finally. Right. Hopefully. Aha! Aha! That's a win in my book. Okay, the beauty of doing it this way is, yeah, everything's hidden, but also, if I need to mess around with this in any way, the telly does come off to allow me to do that. So, yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I'll pop a couple of cable ties on here, I think, just to neaten it up a little bit, but it doesn't really need any. Yeah. Hopefully the telly will sit back on there with those there. Yep. So right, fantastic. 32nd to Mars, quite a lot of those. Not as my heavy stuff. Anyway, not as heavy as my heavy stuff. Right, I'll get that telly all screwed up, I think. Then I can cut some cable entries down here. And I think I'm getting there. Is that coming up all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Looks different when you put some oil on it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should fill. You won't see these, but I should put some wood filler in those. I'm not a joiner. But anyway, it looks good. Can't wait to get around the telly now.
Looks really good. Oh well.
Oh, just in time. Don't look too bad, hey?
No, I'm really pleased.
Yeah, it looks alright. Just needs a little bit of fettling so it sits against the back a little bit better.
Looks great.
But yeah, I don't mind that at all. Just in time for Scotland versus England in the Six Nations. So I'm going to take 5, sit on my boat, and watch that for a bit. Ouch. Pop that out without scratching the powder coat. Try that again. Okay, gives me an idea, like I say, where to put the tea. Right, so here's the tail rail ones. You can see these are slightly different because they're straight. And you've got the same idea. Get some PTFE tape for that, and we can screw that in. Just loose, finger tight. I might put them on the inside actually. Saves them sticking out on the outside. So I don't want this door to go down too deep, so about there. So just a bit of tape around the drill, just so I can gauge roughly where that's going to go, how deep that's going to go. Done a bit of a test drill first, just to make sure. Bit of glue. There's one. So I'll get a chisel and take that off after, smooth it all and stuff. But I'm doing one at a time. One at a time, so I know that all the holes are in the right place. I don't need to take it all apart. I can just take my time, do one at a time. So there's those to do and those at the sides, and that'll make a neater and stronger joint, hopefully. Not bad for Sparky. Few more additions. Our window surrounds. Wow, excited to see those. It's just about to chuck it down, I think. And off a friend of mine. I'm gonna shut this door. I've just been down, done a job in a marina, so a bit cold. Yeah, I just bought this off a mate. It's a A to B alternated battery charger. So charges your battery so much faster, looks after them so much better. 3-stage charging. So 100 quid, they're normally about 350, 100 quid off my mate. So yeah, that's a future job to do. So these windows, let's have a look at what these come out like. I'm going to get some scissors, I can cut that band in. You get to see this live. So yeah, I took the scissors to the van, so this should do it. I'm quite interested to see what these actually look like, because obviously we haven't seen them and we're just ordering from a website. Right, I won't put that saw on the chair, I don't know what happens next. More rubbish to get rid of. So these are obviously, these are sort of other windows, nothing else in there, more rubbish. Right, okay, so you can see they're like a, well, you can't see it, they're like a fiberglass. Yeah, so they're a fiberglass sort of moulding, which means that then they're not going to rot. What I can see is there's going to be a lot of work to fit those. A lot of work to fit those. Here's the porthole ones. It's gonna be... I didn't realise they actually go up and sort of surround the window. That makes sense. Yeah, I've got a lot of cutting out to do there, which box fell over. A lot of cutting out there to get those in, but I knew that. That's why I left the cutting to be done at a later date. I did a rough cut, and I left the final cut to be done at a later date. Okay, get the idea. Fairly light. We're trying to keep, even though we've said, you know, we've got some fairly dark-ish tongue and groove and ceiling. We're just trying to keep the rest of it very, very light and airy. So we're not one of those. We're not those people that want all the wood to match and be the same colour. Don't want that. But yeah, that'll do the job. But yes, there's a lot of work there. There you go. Exciting. I think that'll make a big difference once they're in. I've got stuff to do. There's one in, sort of. Taped in, as you can see. I think that looks better than that. Yeah, I think so. Quite a faff to do that. I'll show you a little bit more on that as I get to, because I'll do the others in a second. Lots of trimming, lots of cutting, and lots of itchy fiberglass as well. So, but yeah, that definitely looks good, and it's it sort of goes, I think, with that dark and light that we're looking for. You know, a combination of sort of quite dark wood. It's not too dark, but yeah, dark wood, and the light cabin sides. So I'm quite pleased with those. Let's there's a lot of work there to do the others, but I'm gonna crack on, see if I can finish these others. And then yeah, that definitely looks better than that does. But yeah, let's take you over a little bit. It's gone a bit miserable outside. There you can see. So say these are like a fiberglass, so they're made to order, not cheap. But the beauty of these is they don't rot. I like the idea of that, because even though these are double glazed, you do get a little bit of condensation on the frames themselves. So oak goes black when it gets wet. So don't want that. So these should be maintenance free. Give them a wipe. Job done. Right. I need to crack on. Right, leaving home. It's a bit blustery today, Saturday morning. Definitely need a bit of a pick-me-up this morning. Just because it's a busy week, I guess. But right, I want to tackle these window frames a little bit more. I'm not looking forward to the siliconing around the frames at all. I've watched a few YouTube videos on perfect silicon sealing and stuff, so I've got some tips there. So yeah, I wanted some soapy water. I'll go back and finish actually I haven't got a spray bottle, so give it a go anyway. See how we get on. Just me today. Van's babysitting today, so it gives me a full day really to really get cracking. So I'm gonna put Kerrang on and get the music cranked up. Okay, I've just silicon round there. I was too nervous to film that. Do another one. I've got a few left to do. It's not too bad actually. It's come out pretty nice. Just taking my time. There's a few bits that I'd like to look at, but I'll find with silicone, the more I mess with it, the worse it gets. So leave well alone. It's not. It's pretty good, I think, as it stands. But yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So what have I got to do? Yes, start on these other windows now. That's quite a bit of effort to get that in. No, yeah, well, effort, yeah, time. Definitely time. It takes. I've probably been on that a couple of hours, I would imagine, just that one window. So, yeah, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 hours just in here. So if I pull my finger out, I might be able to get them done today. Right, okay, yes, focus. I'll do that. Okay, working on my next window. So I've just been opening the, hang on, I'm shouting, ear protection. Yeah, on that note, I've noticed that, I think it's the multi-tool actually. The multi-tool in this space is a little bit too noisy. It's making my ears ring a little bit, so when I'm using the multi-tool now, I definitely got ear protection in. And when I come to cut this fiberglass, I should definitely have a mask on as well. So yeah, you can see, I've just opened, if you remember, I've sucked before. These were always rough cut, so you can see I've marked all the way around where I've got to open that opening up. So I've just done that one with this window, and you can see this is the amount it sticks out. So I've got to basically cut whatever that is off the whole window all the way around, so that slots in. Then I'll bond it to the wood, leave it overnight, do the seal on the inside. Yes, so yeah, I've got to cut that. Like I say, I'll measure that now and mark that. I'm also strengthening these boards where they join, top and bottom, just so there's a physical connection higher up or lower down for that one. So right, yes, let me measure this and we can get this cut. Not a great job at all. Yeah, so basically I've got to cut 25mm off this window trim all the way around. What's the best way of doing that? I don't like fiberglass. Especially running your fingers down stuff to mark it. Be very bloody careful. The edges are quite clean though. Let's just check that's something like 25mm. Yep. Yeah, these are quite expensive as well. So they are around 80 quid each. So I only have one shot at cutting these. Okay, so I've marked that all the way around. The only thing I think to cut these properly is the multi-tool. The jigsaw's too vicious, so I'm not going to cut that in this side of the boat. I'm going to do it over there, but definitely find a mask first. Let's get these cut, or this cut. Definitely not the nicest of jobs. didn't do, put my mask on. Put my mask on, put my goggles on. Ear protection. Like I said, that's pretty sure that multi-tool is causing my earrings here to ring a bit. The awkward thing. Oh, there's the offcut. Right, so I'm going to get out of here before I take this stuff off. Hopefully that any dust in there will settle in a while. Turn the music down because the copyright police will have me. Right. Okay, that sits pretty nice there now. So next step, like I say, is strengthen these pieces here. Just put a little batten behind there and the bottom. Shove some plastic insulation around there. Glue the frame in. Leave that then before I can go around with the beige silicone inside. Right. 2 hours down just for one window. Right, okay, I think we'll call that a day. I'm not quite sure what I've what I've done when I stitch all this together, but hopefully you've seen something. It's all going to be what we're up to. So I've still got another 2 windows to finish. So a bit of update on a few things. We've ordered our stainless steel flue pipe for the stove and the flue collar, which is one that Harworth Heating do. One of the that they do the bubble stuff. So I had a long chat with those guys the other day. A little bit more advanced than your normal cast iron collar. I will have to chop that flue, so it's 4-inch flue. I will have to chop that to put like a little bit of a dog leg in. They don't recommend that you put the tube in the collars any kind of angle, so there'll be a slight rise. Then I'll try and follow. I will follow the slope of the cabin side, and then go straight out through a termination. So a couple of cuts. I've got a friend that's a very good TIG welder, so we can sort that out. Said friend also came over the other night and took the drawing for our diesel tank that's going to sit in the bow area. So that's like 2 or 3 weeks away, probably 3 weeks away. What else? Excuse me. I've got all the fittings now to start piping in the rads. Still trying to figure out how to get the water out of the jacket without joins in places that I can't get to in the future, so I don't want that. So anyway, save waffling on. That's where we are. Things are continuing to come together. I sort of think as well, if nothing else, this video gives you an idea, or these videos give you an idea of actually how many things are involved. My head's spinning, silly o'clock in the morning, of all things I have to try and figure out, work with, order. How's that going to fit? How's that going to work? So a massive amount of work, but we are getting there. We are getting this cabin side saloon, dinette, kitchen area starting to close that up a little bit now. We've had a little bit of a, not disaster, but a little bit of a rethink with the kitchen. We was going to use a kitchen that's coming out of one of Fran's customers' houses. Unfortunately, when Fran measured them all, the units the other day, they're all 500s, and we need 6s really, and it's a little bit awkward. So anyway, we're going to go down. We're going to have to buy new, unfortunately, new carcasses. But we sort of, as well, we're talking about our colour schemes and things. So we're going to get some leather polish and dye to revitalise these chairs, bring them up to a darker green. We're thinking of dark green cabinets now for the kitchen, cabinet doors, with some kind of, not white, but some kind of white, patterny kind of worktop. And with that, we're going to bring a warmer colour into the boat, which is going to be a plum, we think. So it's going to be green and plum. So if we can get green, like a harvest gold kind of thing, and plum in our curtains, then plum for the dinette covers, and maybe then you put a plum cushion on here, and it all sort of starts to tie together. So we're trying to think of those warmer colours to so the boat doesn't look too cold inside. It's all come together great. Oh, dust like a bloody antique. All coming together. We're just pressing on. You can't afford to stop on a job like this. We are having to juggle work a little bit more, because I've not really done much on the boat in the weekdays because I've had work to do, and more work coming in. I've just quoted for another job actually. But anyway, right, I'm going to stop waffling, as I do very well. Hopefully Fran will be here next week on the videos, mucking in with me, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. So thanks very much for watching. Give us a thumbs up and a like. Cheers guys. Bye.